7.12% guaranteed return, is that for real? In this video, I'm going to explain why a lot of investors are looking into iSavings bonds right now. I'm going to give 4 tips. What exactly are ibonds? What is the estimated return on ibonds? Is it really 7.12%? Are ibonds a good investment? And lastly, how can you buy ibonds? Let's get right down to it. ibonds are savings bonds issued by the federal government. They say that there's no I in team. Well, in ibonds case, there is an I and it stands for inflation. The interest rate that you get from ibonds is directly correlated with inflation. So if inflation continues to be high or continues to go up, you're gonna get a high interest rate. If inflation is down, then the interest rate on ibonds is down. Well, guess what? Inflation rate has been pretty high recently. It hit 6.22% in October 2021, well above the 1 or 2% inflation rate that we've become used to. ibonds are backed by the federal government, so unless the government shuts down and defaults on its debt, which, by the way, politicians threaten every now and then, the interest rate on ibonds is almost guaranteed. In essence, think of ibonds like a high-yield CD. What exactly is the interest rate on ibonds? Interest rate on ibonds is a combination of 2 rates. The first one is fixed rate, which is currently 0%, so we don't really care about that. The second factor is the variable inflation rate, which we do care about because inflation is high right now. It resets twice a year, May and November. Now, when you go to the Series I bonds website, if you Google it, you're gonna notice that the interest rate from now until April 2022 is 7.12%. Did you just say 7.12%? Yes, I did say 7.12% for an investment that's backed by the federal government. It's very attractive. Now, before you go on an ibonds shopping spree, let's wait for a minute and let's read the fine print. If you withdraw your ibonds before 5 years, you will actually forfeit 3 months worth of interest. Now, how does that affect the return? Let's talk about 2 scenarios. Let's say, first scenario, inflation stays high and the interest rate on ibonds when it resets remain 7.12%. You cash it out after 12 months. Well, you will actually only get 9 months worth of interest because of these rules. And if you do the math, your net interest rate actually drops to 5.34%. Not 7.12%, but still not bad. Second scenario, inflation drops in 2022. And after some assumptions, it's possible, let's say it drops to November 2020 levels, your interest rate on your ibonds will drop further to 3.3%. So not exactly the 7.12% that other YouTube videos will tell you about, but the question is whether or not are ibonds still a good investment? Tip number 3, are ibonds a good investment? I'm going to give you 3 reasons why it might be a good investment and 4 reasons why you might want to think twice. Now, if you're finding this video valuable, please do click on the like and subscribe button below. 3 reasons why ibonds might be a good investment. First reason is it's a great inflation hedge. Your return is directly tied to inflation. If it goes up further or continues to remain high, you will also get a high return. Second reason, according to our calculations before, 3 to 5% estimated potential return is actually not bad for an investment that is backed by the federal government. It's pretty good. Think about how much return you're getting from your cash right now. Maybe 0.5% if you're using an online savings account. Third reason why ibonds might be a good investment is it's exempt from state taxes. The interest rate that you make is exempt from state taxes. You will still have to pay taxes to the federal government. 4 caveats though before you go again on an ibonds shopping spree. The first one is it is locked in for a year, so you cannot withdraw for the next 12 months. So if you actually need that cash before then, so you need to think twice. Second reason, if inflation drops, then your rate of return is gonna drop. So that's simple. So let me know in the comment section if and when you think inflation will drop. The third caveat is the maximum that you can purchase in terms of Series I bonds is only $10,000 per person. So you need to think about whether that's worth your time opening another account and monitoring another account. Last reason why you might want to think twice about buying I bonds is just think about where else can you invest that money and whether or not you can make a higher return, let's say in investing in the stock market. Fourth and last tip, how can you buy I savings bonds? If you really want to buy I bonds or I savings bonds right now, you cannot buy them through a brokerage firm, not in Vanguard, not in Fidelity, not in E-Trade. You can only buy it by going to treasurydirect.gov. So it's treasurydirect.gov, it's a government website. And you just need to complete 3 steps in order to buy I savings bonds.